Look,
Listen.
you need to immediately tweet at PROF_tickle_bits justice for Rowlet, because I haven't heard anything from Aaron about Rowlet, and I'm getting upset.
And we know he's on Twitter often, so.
Every day, that's all he does is tweet.
Welcome everyone to episode 8, right?
It's tough. It's tough keeping track of which episode you're on. Just divide by 3 or multiply by 3.
I don't do math. So,
It's 8.
Yeah, 8. Okay, cool. Thank you. So yeah, welcome gamers, clambos. Welcome to episode 8 of this podcast. I'm Geese.
And I'm Guyera, and I think I've already discovered the mystery of the thing. Maybe it's this noise. Do you hear this?
Yeah, I hear that. What is it? Your chair?
Yeah, it's the side of the chair. So I just need to be very careful to steer very clear of those things on the chair. And now I'm a nervous wreck.
No, just leave the chair
Nervous?
noises in.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about the chair noises.
Oh, I do. Doesn't matter if nobody else does. But I already took care of them, so it's fine.
Okay. We're going to bring that energy into this podcast episode.
Yes.
All right, Guyera, you ready?
No.
What?
Wait, ready to record an episode? Yes. Here, let me hit the record button.
No.
Geese,
What are
it's
you
been such a long time since we've last recorded. What all great adventures have you been on in the last 48 hours?
Well, I was going to ask you first, but I'll answer since you asked me first.
I beat you to the punch.
So the last 48 hours, I started No Man's Sky because I saw they did this like big update. I don't know. It's on Game Pass. I downloaded it. I started it with Aaron, and that game is a steep learning curve. I'll tell you that. There's
It's by
so many
Hello
things.
Games.
Yes. There's
They
like
made Joe Danger.
I don't know what that is.
It was a PlayStation Network game. Geese came at me talking about, oh, No Man's Sky. I can't run it. It'll explode my computer. But it's been a PlayStation game this whole time. PlayStation game first. It was only ported later to PC, Xbox, whatnot. There's a deep lore with that game. Like one of the most wild stories in all of video games in terms of what was promised when a game was announced.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a game made by this indie studio, but it was showing up on all these E3 press conferences like it was going to be the paradigm shift in all of video games, the most wild product imaginable. There wasn't even like half of it in there by the time it finally came out.
Yeah. It has just been like really difficult trying to like get into it because like it's very appealing to me because I really like Astroneer, and Astroneer is basically like a much more simplified version of like No Man's Sky in a way. It's just I keep dying and there's so many items and it's not very intuitive like what you need to do necessarily or like what you need to make. There's just too many like things happening. So but I'm gonna keep with it because I feel like once I figure it out, I'll like really like that game.
So you're saying it's a video game that requires looking a lot of things up.
Yeah. So I just have to do like more research and figure out what I need to do.
I couldn't believe, because when it was first announced, this was in the era of PlayStation VR, and I thought for sure that was going to be a big announcement they were going to have and it's going to launch on PlayStation VR, which was not the case. It's now in VR, I believe.
Yeah, because it looks like it suit really VR really well.
Yeah, that's what people are most excited about. They wanted to play that game to relax and feel sort of how you would feel playing Tetris Effect or something. Transcendental. That's not the right word, is it? You know, an experience where you're just like living in the world, going from planet to planet. Reference?
What? Immersion?
What did you... Yes, immersion. Immersive. That's a good word for it.
The other thing is I decided that I'm going to go to the baseball game tomorrow. And I'm probably going to die of heat stroke.
Not going to die. Listen, I'm sure that the ballpark allows you to bring in at least one bottle of water, and you can refill that water at a little water fountain.
Yeah.
What seats did you
Ooh.
get? Good seats?
Nope. Bad seats. Cheapest seats.
Cheapest seats?
Yeah. I'm going to write myself a little note to remind myself to see if I can find my little portable little face fan thingy I had from when I
That's
lived
what I
in
pictured.
Texas. I'm going to write a note right now.
You should get the seats that are behind home plate, not in the like bottom section that are hundreds of dollars, but the next section up where you have to climb the stairs because the view's still real good.
Whenever I go to a baseball game, I'm always worried that a foul ball is going to hit me.
Just bring your glove.
No, I'm not
You
going to
can
catch it.
you got it. Just put it in front of your face.
No.
In front of your face.
Are you going to say something?
I was going to say something, yes. It was something about baseball games. What was I
Oh,
gonna say?
and the condition of me going is that my sister has to buy me a hot dog. So,
One little hot dog. Oh, this isn't what I was going to say, but I did just remember something. I wish we could rename our podcast to Dun 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 Dun, but I don't know how you'd write that down.
that is so dumb. Like how would people even like search for that?
I have no idea how you could possibly. Look, if Prince can rebrand himself into a symbol, we can pull it off.
That's true. That's true. Hmm. So I'm trying to think of what else I've been doing. I've just been like helping my grandma got hacked recently and I'm helping my parents like switch all their accounts.
Oh my
That's
God.
been so much work. I mean, that's basically what all I've been doing, to be honest.
Tell her don't respond to emails from Microsoft saying that she needs to give her account information any longer. Don't answer the phone call saying, "It's me, your granddaughter, Geese, and I need money to get out of a jam."
Well, that's what happened. Like someone made an email account that's very similar to her email account and like emailed a bunch of the family being like, I need some iTunes gift cards.
Oh no.
And one of her brother fell for it.
Oh
Yeah.
God. What are we going to do?
Well, I have to make a new email account for her, switch her like settings and everything. It's a whole shebang. Anyway, what have you been doing?
What have you been? Sitting here thinking about all these scammers taking the life savings out of the elderly. It's very upsetting. Let's go in order for food. Last night, Geese, I ate a California burrito and it was good, which is
Mm.
real good because this place I went to is hit or miss. And
Is this the same place we talked about last time?
no, last time it was the Chinola something or other. This one is El Flamin Taco, which when you walk up to it, it looks like it says Elf, ELF, which not to be confused with El Chato. So here's how it goes, Geese.
Explain it to me.
You got the best. You got the best taco truck burritos at El Chato, but that one takes a little bit of time to get to. Then you got the place that has pretty good California burritos some of the time, and it's real close. So it's real easy for me to get to. Then you got the Estola, China Ola, whatever, which apparently is now hit or miss. And that's got the birria. But I just had California burrito, carne asada, sour cream, cheese, and a bunch of salsa inside. Very, very delicious. It's the craziest thing. I don't understand. A lot of these taco trucks, they'll have the salsa outside, like
on
where
the
you grab all
ledge.
your condiments. But then so many of them don't have any salsa inside. It's strange to me. I guess they just don't have the room or something. But
Mm.
so if I'm walking with a burrito, hey, look, I'm looking at my Sandy Gast plush. That's appropriate for today. Sorry, got distracted. So if I'm gonna walk with this burrito, I can't just salsa as I'm walking. I'm gonna spill it all over the place. I don't have that many hands. So I have to ask them, can you put the salsa inside the burrito? And they say, oh, you're going to have to hand me some salsa. So then I have to wrangle around and try to get salsa in a burrito, and I end up spilling it all over myself, and it's always a to-do, and it's always terrible. But it makes the burrito taste so much better, so I have to.
Well, why not? Well, here's my question. Do you
Yes.
eat the burrito walking home or do you wait until you're home to eat the burrito?
Walking home.
Okay, well, if you just waited, you
Geese,
could just keep
no.
salsa at home.
You're out of your mind. But one thing I do wait to eat walking home is tteokbokki, the Korean dish, because it stays warm in the container the whole walk home. All right. And
Wait,
again, it has not been long since our last recording. We're really trying to record, guys. So thank you for listening. We're trying. Oh, goodness gracious.
one of the
So,
things I miss so much from living in Texas is I literally live like across the street from a taco place. And I would just get tacos all the time, and they were so good. I miss it so much.
what flavor did you get?
I just got like the carne asada.
That's what I get.
Or wait, no, I got the carne asada and I got the pork carnitas.
Not a fan.
And then I would also get this thing called like fire chick, which was just like
Spicy chicken?
yes, like fried chicken with like this really spicy sauce. It was so good.
It's so good. Okay, and then the other food I ate in the past 48 hours, my healthy little Chipotle, just black beans and lettuce and vegetables and nonsense. Stop. I'm yelling at my chair. And then on Wednesday, Geese, I went to Dongles and I was already eating my food, so I already had my free double cheeseburgers I was eating in large fry. And then I opened the app again for my third deal, and I saw 40 nugs for $8. And Geese, I was this close to ordering it.
Yeah. They always have that deal, like always on Uber Eats and Grubhub. The $40. Well, they have
40.
the. You just get a free $40.
Thanks, Dongles.
No, it's 40 nuggets and 2 large fries for like
12.
$10.
Over here, it's 12 for that deal. So 40 nuggets for 8 was a very, very good deal. I was excited about it. But I couldn't. I didn't have the tumbo space. It just wasn't going to happen.
Well, if you like ate leftovers.
Geese. Nuggets would be the one thing that I could probably pull that off with, but
Oh yeah, they reheat nicely.
yeah, they're fine. Nuggets are fine. Nuggets, if you have a lot of food in front of you, the nuggets can wait. Fries,
I
you
always
need to
eat
hit
the fries
immediately.
first.
You
Yeah,
must because well, I like there's a very specific, very small period of time where they're not piping hot, but they're still warm and they get soft and soggy, and that's when I really love them. But you wait a second past that small window, they're cold and terrible, and you might as well throw them away.
Yeah, you always eat the fries first.
Always.
Yeah.
And
This is
now
the amateur hour.
Amateur hour. Now onto video games. I beat Stray. I think last time we talked, I had not beaten it, but it is a good game.
Meow.
Emotional. Always crying. That's me. And more Mario Kart and Power Wash with Geese. Geese is cheating. I'm sure of it because
the gap widens between Guyera and I.
The gap of victories to losses. It's
what's it now, like 40s in the 40s?
It's 40-ish. As soon as I get a new card, or maybe I'll switch new character. We'll see. We're gonna fix this.
We'll see.
Who's to say? Movies and shows time. Hey, did I ever on here mention that I watched The Rehearsal?
Yeah.
I certainly don't remember mentioning it, but it is a funny show. I recommend
That's
it.
with Nathan Fielder, right?
Yeah, and I haven't even watched Nathan for You, but I have watched How To with John Wilson. Wait, now that I'm saying it out loud, it sounds like I have said it. I better stop talking just in case.
I can't watch Nathan for You because I get really bad secondhand embarrassment, but he's funny.
I don't think I get that too much. If it's real, well, I guess Nathan for You does have real people, so it could happen. I've been watching clips of shows. YouTube just keeps recommending me. I watched clips of Sopranos and Breaking Bad and The Office just because I would see like a tweet of a scene from a show, or not even a scene, just a screen grab with the text on the bottom, and I'd go, oh, I need to go watch that scene. So that's what I've done in the last 48 hours. And that's my looking, watching, playing, eating, listening. Now we send it to reporter Geese Peep out on the field somewhere on the planet. I don't know where.
So, full disclosure, I'm in my room. My parents are nearby. They don't know about this podcast.
He
So, I'm
always
going
says
to
full disclosure before saying that.
be. Well, I want them to have full disclosure, Guyera.
Yeah. The
So
disclosure remains full. It never emptied.
So I'm gonna whisper this, so everyone crank up your volume.
Crank up the volume. Actually, you don't
Like,
need to do that. I'll just make sure it sounds audible.
well, we'll see. I'm gonna be very quiet.
The miracles of technology. I got you.
Okay.
That'd be funny. She just didn't say anything. No, just real quiet.
Okay, hold on. Let me get in the right headspace.
All right.
All right.
Clambos, take a sip of your drinks. Geese is getting in the correct headspace. Just give her a sec. Can you give her a second? Tweet at
Give me a second.
PROF_tickle_bits. Hashtag, can you give Geese a second? Hashtag justice for Rowlett. She's got to get in the correct headspace hashtag.
Okay. Hi, I'm Geese Beep, reporting live on scene in Wichita, Kansas, where it's currently 93 degrees Fahrenheit with a 0% chance in precipitation and 42% chance of humidity.
Look, I'm laughing because I'm picturing her mother walking in while she's doing this. That's why I'm laughing.
And by 42% chance, I mean the humidity is 42%. All right, back to you.
Just of all parts of the podcast, I'm picturing that's the one she would be most embarrassed by her mother walking in going, "Hi, I'm Geese."
Yes,
All right.
wouldn't you?
Time for Pokin' News of the Week. Not too much to add, but there has been a lot of shakeups in the Scarlet and Violet leaking community. One of our big leakers has said he's no longer leaking drama, infighting, screenshots, you name it. Geese, I'm hearing reports that this generation we are going to hit Pokemon number 1000. It's a big deal.
Should we give like a warning to people who don't want spoilers or anything?
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil much. Maybe that's a spoiler. Sorry.
Oopsie, sorry.
Sorry. I'm excited about what I'm hearing from the leaks because before I wasn't maybe into them, but from what I'm reading now, I'm thinking, okay, that sounds actually kind of sick.
Give me an example, but before you give me an example, give a warning.
Okay. I'm gonna go just like last time, guys. You guys know the drill by now. I'm gonna give you a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you close your ears for 5 seconds, and then I'm gonna real quick say what I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna say, okay, open your ears. Okay.
Well, wait. What if I want to talk about it?
Oh no, Geese. Then we're in trouble. You got to talk fast.
Okay. Well, we'll just say it and we'll assess.
All right. Close your ears for 15 seconds. I'll put on a timer. Okay. So I'm going to start the timer for 15 seconds. God, you know it's going to be funny when I tell you what I'm going to say and then you have nothing to say about it, so we just sit in silence for 15 seconds. Okay. When I say 0, I'm going to hit the timer and then we're going to spoil Scarlet Violet leaks. And if you don't want to hear it, just hit the fast forward 15 seconds button. I think most podcast apps have that, so I think it's a good number. All right. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your ears. 0. Okay, Geese. So here's the thing. It's real exciting because we have these things called paradox Pokemon. So it's Pokemon from the future and from the past, but they look like the old Pokemon. There's a vampire Jigglypuff, and there's multiple forms of I think it's Salamence, the big dragon.
Okay.
All right, it's been 15 seconds. Open your ear.
Okay.
Oh, God. 15 seconds isn't very long, is it?
No. Okay, well, I guess I will have to learn more the next episode for another 5 seconds or whatever.
Yes, we're going to dole out Scarlet Violet leaks in 15-second chunks. So get those earplugs ready. Also, I'm very excited about next month's Community Day in Pokemon Go. We're getting Galarian Zigzagoon, and he's got one of the best shiny palettes in the entire game. He looks like one of those delicious ring pop flavors from the late 90s. If you don't know what it looks like, go ahead and Google right now. Shiny Galarian Zigzagoon line. Geese, you looking it up?
Oh yeah. You're right about the colors. Yeah, it does look like a fun ring pop. Oh yeah, the ring pop with the blue and yeah, that was so
Yes.
good. That was a good.
The best one. This is old news, but we're scraping the bottom of the barrel for Pokemon News of the Week this week. If you have Nintendo Switch Online, Nintendo 64 Edition, expansion pack, you can download, well, it's already downloaded onto your app, but you can play Pokemon Puzzle League, which is one of the few Nintendo 64 games to have little FMV cutscenes of the anime. Very sick.
Very cool.
All right. Maybe I don't have to super go, but maybe I should use the bathroom before we get into the episodes.
Pee.
Perfect. It's break
All right.
time.
BRB. Enjoy this ad read.
Oh, yeah, definitely by now we'll have it.
All right. Can you hear the lawnmower?
No.
Good.
No, I cannot hear the lawnmower.
Sick.
Hey, Geese, why don't you like our posts on social media, such as Twitter and Instagram?
Why don't I?
Yeah, you can like it too.
I do on Twitter.
Give a little
I'm not
like.
really on Instagram.
I wonder if Anchor knew what they were doing when they sent us our ad copy right before the episode went live. It was a malicious trick. They must be pranksters over there.
My nose is stuffy.
Geese, how long is that microphone? The cord.
It is so... It's very extremely long.
I just watched Geese pull up like she looked like she was in Jaws, like pulling up a net.
Look at this.
Geese, nobody needs a microphone. Where are you going with that? Madison Square Garden? Come on. Jeez Louise.
This is the one that Aaron gave me to use.
How long is Aaron's house?
Not very long.
That cord, you could wrap that cord around your house 15 times.
I think it's like 10 feet.
Geese, that's like 400 feet minimum.
All right. Guyera, you ready?
If you have the episode list.
Well, I have that pulling it up right now.
I have that pulling it up.
Yep, okay.
It's so nice that you just talking to the microphone, because I don't know how many times I had to yell at Taylor to talking to the microphone. It's just a constant struggle. Constant struggle.
I have good media training. All right, you ready? You ready for the episode?
Yes. Geese Industries. Geese Peep Productions. Peep Industries.
Geese Peep's talent agency is very good.
It's up there.
Mm-hmm.
Top 5
all
for
right.
sure.
Huh? Oh yeah. You ready?
You ready?
You ready?
Are you clambos ready for a cola?
Are you ready?
We have 3 episodes of the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime coming right to you.
All right. So episode number... I lost the Wikipedia page. There it is. Episode number what? 22?
22 is correct. I was really hoping she was going to say a different number, though.
Okay. This episode in English is called A Shivering Shovel Search. Wow. Pokemon really did me dirty there. And then the English translation of the Japanese title is Beware of Shovels.
Yes, that is all accurate. I kind of like that English title. Is it referencing she sells seashells by the seashore?
I don't know. I think it's just supposed to be alliterative.
So I am currently staring at a plushie of the titular character in this episode. Little Sandygast.
Was that new for this generation?
Very much so. Sandygast and Palossand are Alolan, I'm going to say exclusive Pokemon. I don't even know if they've showed up in the later games. Maybe they have. I should know.
It showed up in Snap. I know it showed up in Snap.
Yes. Yeah, you can take some good pictures.
The new Snap.
So we open on the beach. We're training with Litten. Ash is battling, or actually they're not really battling. Turtonator's just kind of showing off to Litten how to use fire attacks. Like they show off a flamethrower. Because they're trying to get Litten to do this Fire Fang attack. Because I guess he's having a real tough time with it. I don't know why. At one point, I know he tries to Fire Fang Turtonator's tail. And he has his fire the whole time. But then right before he bites onto the tail, his fire goes away. Litton feels a little bit bad about it, but all the other pokes make him feel better.
Yeah, Rowlet comes up and like pats him on the back. It's really cute.
It's cute. Now, is it Pikachu and Rockruff? Are they the
Yes.
two that notice the moving pile of sand by them with a little
Yes.
toy shovel? Did Geese say yes, Clambos? I didn't hear.
Yes.
Geese. At this point, when I was watching on my little sketchy site, it started, the button stopped working and there was like a flashing malware button on the image. So I had to like go back and refresh, and I guess it's pulling from several sketch sites, and the first one isn't that sketch, but all the rest are super sketch. But I got it working.
Sick.
So yeah, Pikachu and Rockruff, while Litton's out there training, Pikachu and Rockruff are just playing in the sand, having fun. And they start to chase this shovel. It's a little kid toy shovel, like you would see a kindergartner play with. The shovel itself is red, and then the handle is white. And it's mysteriously moving. Then we cut back to Rotom. He's explaining fire-type moves for Litton, trying to train Rowlet. I guess Rowlet's helping train too. I guess. And then, does Litton trip over a can? Just a can on the beach?
I thought Litton, like, the sand Pokemon, like, moved, and that's what tripped Litton.
Oh, that would make more sense than a can. But anyway, Litton trips over something while trying to run towards Turtonator, and he cries. Now everybody's interested in this shovel because all the pokes are going crazy about it. I think Ash wants to walk up to it, but luckily Kiawe says, "Fellas, don't touch that shovel." And we have a flashback to baby Kiawe.
Yeah, it's crazy, this flashback of, like, Kiawe, like, he explains that if you touch the shovel, you'll get possessed by the Pokemon. And so there's this cutscene, this flashback of him touching the shovel when he was a kid, and he gets possessed, and he keeps, like, shoveling sand for this Pokemon, like, throughout the night. And I'm just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, when baby Kiawe was possessed, he was with a bunch of friends. All of his friends ran away, but Kiawe just kept building a bigger and bigger sandcastle of, spoilers, Sandygast, the ghost/ground type Pokemon. So does Sandygast immediately attack them at this point? Because I have that Ash told Rockruff to use a rock throw, and I don't see Ash just immediately telling him to attack a Pokemon.
I think it, like, screams at them or something.
Okay, yeah. He approaches in a menacing manner this little sandcastle Pokemon.
Also, what does the Pokemon sound like in the Japanese version? In the English version, it sounds like a toddler.
I wouldn't say he sounds like a toddler. I actually like his voice in Japanese. Obviously, their names are Sandygast and Palisand. It's a completely different name that I can't remember. But I like their voices. Japanese is way better about doing cutesy toddler voices than English anyway. It sounds really natural in Japanese and normal, where in English it comes off as, what word do the kids use, Geese? Cringy?
Wait, no, Guyera, give me a sample of what it sounds like in the Japanese version.
I don't remember. But here's the bad thing, Geese. Last time, you remember you were so excited about the last episode when I was doing the cricketune, skiddly-dee-doo, whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
It didn't appear on the microphone in the recording. It just cuts it.
You were too good.
It was too good. So I had to replace it with the actual cry. So that's going to be fun. Geese, we're 5 seconds into this episode. Who knocks Sandygast's shovel off his head? Is it Litton? Is it Rockruff?
It's Rockruff, because Ash tells Rockruff to do, like, rock throw, and the rock hits the shovel, and it gets yeeted into the ocean.
So that's the entire plot point of this entire episode. This episode is contained, I guess. Only one thing ever happens, and it's all because the shovel is now in the water. So this entire episode, the goal is, we gotta get that shovel back on that pile of sand.
And the Pokemon does not like that it's lost its shovel. It's freaking out.
He is furious. Rotom tells Ash, you can use other objects too. And Ash is like, bet. And grabs Rotom and shoves him on top of Sandygast. And everybody is against this idea. Rotom's not happy. All the kids are freaking out. Ash is making some questionable decisions, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Ash is like, oh, no, it fits perfect. And as soon as Rotom is shoved into Sandy Gas just straight evolves, which I was not expecting because evolving is a pretty big deal. So to evolve just straight out the gate as soon as we meet you, it's very surprising. And Geese, Palossand is huge. He's like the size of a
Big old.
palace. He's way bigger than my apartment.
Yeah.
Everyone runs away from Palossand.
You'd be like $1 million on Zillow.
Got him. There's a big giant sandstorm. Rotom's stuck. He can't get out. And then Geese, Palossand just eats Ash. Not yeets, but eats.
You know, sorry to just completely go back to this, or not go back to this. Zillow sounds like a Pokemon name. What kind of Pokemon would Zillow be?
Probably a bug type.
Yeah, I can see that.
Zezabee evolves into Zillow, evolves into Zizastragon or something. Something like that.
All right, everyone draw what you think Zillow would look like and tweet it
at PROF_tickle_bits. Hashtag justice for Rowlet. Hashtag Zillow.
My Zillow.
Hashtag. Actually, what I need you Clambos to do is find out like the actual Zillow hashtags that people use when talking about Zillow.
And also, in that same tweet, at the Zillow social media account.
Yeah, the social media manager. Hashtag stop rent hikes. What's it called? Geese?
Rent
Hashtag
increases?
I support rent control. There you go.
Yeah.
Where the heck was I?
Sorry.
Pikachu is screaming because Ash is dead, you would think. But no, he's just inside there. He's inside Palossand. Rowlet flies up, and Palossand just swats him away. Rotom is still on top of the dang Palossand, and Pikachu tries to shock Palossand, but first of all, that's a dumb idea, Pikachu, because Palossand is ground type. Ground types are completely immune to electric types. But in the show, Ash was just like, don't shock Pikachu because you're going to shock me too. No, he won't. It's a ground type. Don't be silly. Ash is trying to climb out of the Palossand, but he can't. He keeps slipping. So early in the episode, it was just Kiawe and Ash, right? Now we see the rest of the kids show up. I guess they were going to meet at a certain time at the beach.
Yeah.
So the girls show up. We got Mallow and Lana. And then shortly after that, we get Sophocles and Lily. Everyone is very surprised to see a giant demon sandcastle, as you would. They're very surprised. Palossand then eats Litten, as you do. Once all the other Pokemon approach to try to, save Ash. Now, I was confused what was going on for a while because in the episode they take a while to explain what's happening. But once Litten is eaten, I was about to say,
what?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So
were you about to say what I think you're about to say?
Probably not what you were thinking. I just got a song stuck in my head. So
okay.
Rotom and Litten then start growing a green and yellow color because Palossand is using his ghost ability to drain them of their powers. I guess he can only do that to Pokemon because Ash is not glowing yellow and green, but the other two are. None of the kids know what's going on either. Everybody's just going, something's wrong. Rotom's begging for help. And Geese, my favorite part of the episode, who read something in a book?
Lily.
About this very phenomenon. She says, oh, Palossand's absorbing their powers. Of course, obviously, clearly. He's big enough to swallow a house. Write that down, Geese, because that's going to come in later. And then Lana says, Poplio, use Bubble Beam. And again, I'm going to tell you, Lana's voice in Japanese is fantastic. And Geese, I'm jumping ahead. Lana's mother. Oh my God.
Lana's a hottie, right?
Oh my God. I'm not an animated person getting into. I'm not.
She's
You're not gonna catch me talking about animated people. But all I gotta say is Lana's mother. Holy mother, goodness gracious, golly. Okay.
Yeah, I wrote the same thing down.
Oh my God. Okay, Poplio, use Bubble Beam. Oh no, he's supposed to be weak to water attacks, but no, he healed so quickly. It's compacting. Water makes it compact. Kiawe at this point says, okay, guys, we really need to get that shovel back. That's the only way we're going to solve this problem. We got to find that shovel. I got a great idea. I don't know if it was Kiawe or Lana who says this, but Poplio, you're going to go in the water and you're going to put the shovel in a bubble and bring it back. Now, Geese, I have a question for you. Are they saying that if they try to touch the shovel without putting it in a bubble, that there's going to be trouble?
Yeah, that if you touch it, you'll get possessed. Even though it's not on it's the Pokemon.
That's so interesting. I've got to do some research into that shovel because if it can use any object, but they all have that identical shovel, so I guess they're born with that shovel, but they can ghost link to any object. I don't know. Maybe it's not clear. So Poplio agrees, and Poplio and Pikachu are going to go find this shovel. Poplio covers Pikachu in his little bubble balloon so he can breathe, and they just walk out into the water. Lily says, maybe we can use some ice attacks. Go Snowball, or Snowy in English. Use some powder snow. And then, oh, geez, another one of my favorite parts of the episode. They're asking Ash and everybody, okay, we're going to try to use ice attack. Is that okay with everybody? You guys okay being frozen? And what does Rotom start talking about?
He's like, I'll be like Alolan Detective Locky in that one episode. And then it goes...
Season 3, episode 7, Geese?
Sorry? And we see like a scene from that episode of this Hawaiian detective in like the snow. And he's wearing like vacation clothes and flip-flops. And he's like freezing. But he's like staying there because he's going to catch this culprit. Even though it's very cold.
Yeah, there's like a cottage in the snow. And Rotom is just picturing himself being like Detective Lucky. And the kids are like, I think Rotom is enjoying this. So the kids and all the Pokemon prepare for freezing the pile of sand. And we cut to Poplio and Pikachu. They're running into a shelter underwater, getting a little surprised. And then all the Pokemon start attacking Palisand. We got Charizard, we got Turtonator, we got Rowlet, we got Snowy. And Mallow grabs a giant leaf and she starts blowing it to try to help the powder snow. I guess that's how that works. That if you put some more air in it, he gets more frozen or something. Then Steenie starts helping. She moves her little pigtail leaves things. And then Togedemaru moves his little tail, making a lot of air. And Geese, it's starting to work. Palisand is starting to freeze. And Geese, then it's real cute because everybody's getting cold inside. And Ash is like, oh, Litten, are you okay? I see Geese making some cute face.
What? Yeah. Yeah. Ash, why are you laughing?
No, go ahead. Say what happens.
Ash takes little Litten and puts Litten under his shirt, and then Litten starts glowing red to warm up both Ash and him, and it's very cute.
Sweetheart moments. We cut back to Poplio and Pikachu, and they found the shovel. Oh my goodness, this is going to go off without a hitch. Let me just use this bubble on the shovel. Oh my god, a Magikarp swam by, and it got hit in the bubble. Golly.
Gosh darn.
Dang it. Okay, the kids did it. Giant success. Palisand is now completely frozen solid. And poor Snowy, she's completely tuckered out and kind of like faints and is like, oh, no. She's completely out of stamina now. Good job, everyone. And then we cut back to Poplio and Pikachu, still trying to just bubble the little shovel. And every time Poplio tries to put a bubble on the shovel, another Pokemon swims by. So we got a bubbled Magikarp, Love Disc, Staryu, 3. My stream is blurry, so it's either a Finneon or a Wishy-Washy. Not 100%, probably Wishy-Washy since it's a Lola. And then, okay, let's finally grab it. And he does one more bubble, and a dang Corsola walks by and pops the balloon. Cut back to Rowlet. He's trying to help Ash. Ash, he's flying by the little sand window, and Ash tries to climb up the ice, but he hits his head and hurts himself. And then Litten's like, wait, I got this. Let me just use a fire attack on this window and shatter it. That works. And they climb.
So this is resolution from earlier in the episode because he successfully does Fire Fang here.
Good point, Geese. Poke's always
Thank you.
clinching it out when it matters. So they jump out. Kiawe's like, Charizard, go ahead and help them out. And Ash and Litten hop on Charizard, and they're like, okay, now we got to go save Rotom, who's still frozen solid on top of the thing. And this did not go down how I thought it would. I thought that Ash would remain on Charizard while he tries to pull Rotom out. But no, Ash flies up to the top of icy Palossand, just jumps off of Charizard onto the slippery ice on top of Palossand, and then tries to pull out Rotom. I say ill-advised.
Yeah. Many things Ash does are ill-advised, to be honest.
As soon as he tries to grab Rotom, Palossand breaks out of the ice. Oh no, Snowy has no energy. What are we going to do? Oh, thank goodness. Pikachu and Poppley are here, and they finally got the bubble of Shovel. The shovel bubble. Shovel balloon bubble. And then all
everyone tweet at Aaron at Professor_Tickle_Bits. Hashtag shovel bubble.
Yeah, hashtag shovel
thank
bubble.
You.
All the Pokemon, like it's volleyball or something, bounce the little bubble from poke to poke to Pokemon, and they finally get it up the shovel to the top of the Palossand. Wait, has Ash already pulled out Rotom by this point?
No.
Okay. So the shovel goes into his head before Rotom is out?
Wait.
Okay,
like so
also no.
He waits until like the bubble's in place and then tells Litten to pop it, and then right as the shovel's about to go in, he yanks Rotom out.
Okay, so it's like sort of like Indiana Jones, where you're grabbing the thing and then putting another thing in it, right?
Yeah. Also, Guyera, you sound like a robot to me right now.
I'm sure it's fine, because remember, it's recording me locally.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Your parents are probably high streaming, torrenting, uploading, seeding a bunch of internet.
Honestly, they might be.
Okay, so the shovel flies from the air and lands in the Palossand right as Rotom is yanked out. And as soon as the original shovel goes back into Palossand, he's completely a good guy now, and he just smiles, waves to everybody, and goes back down into the ground. Poor baby little Rotom is still very cold. And then we cut back to Kukui's house in the evening. Ash is in a very cool Litten shirt, Geese.
This is true.
Ash is telling Kukui all about what happened today. And Geese, then how does the episode end? Because I was not prepared for this.
Yeah, so like they're in this house, they're in Professor's house, and then the house inside starts to get really dark. And so the professor like goes to the front door and is like, I wonder if there's like cloud or something. And then he opens a door, and then we see a shot outside of the sandy what is it? Palossand, the Palossand.
Palossand's the evolution, yeah.
And it just eat the house.
Yeah, I can only imagine there's no survivors, so I was on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, that's how Ash and all of them die.
Edge of my seat between episodes 22 to 23 to see how this ended.
And they do not resolve it.
Sick.
All right. What an episode. And if you think that was an episode, get ready for this one.
This is an episode. I have a sneaking suspicion that episode 23 may have some differences between Japanese and English, which is great news for Peekaboo because he likes the differences.
Man, this episode took me 40 minutes to get through because I kept pausing to write down the exact quotes they said, because I also suspect that there's going to be a difference.
Geese, that's exactly what I did. Where to even begin? So I watched all these episodes last night, tried to watch them at work, couldn't pull it off. So I had to watch them super late night, and I thought 100%, the way it timed out, I was going to be done with the episodes and asleep by 3 a.m. That was not the case, because I had to back up so many times to get exact quotes from this show. Because I'd go, whoa, hold on. Geese, there's something about this block of episodes, maybe this episode in particular, something fell in the kitchen and I got spooked, where it's so much happens so quickly that I mean, normally I'm fine just watching Geese and going, okay, that happened. This episode, it's like, oh my God. Because within a span of 10 seconds, we've got scene transitions, new characters coming in, new things happening, a good quote you got to write down. This episode is something else. They worked overtime
It
on this
seemed like
episode.
the way I describe this episode is like, I don't even know that this is the right way to describe it. It's like it seems like a big meme episode. It was very I don't know, goofy, for lack of a better word.
It's goofy, all right. My boy DJ, I doubt even the names are the same, but DJ Leo
Yeah, DJ Leo
speaks so much English. Half of what he says is in English. So I'm curious
Really?
to see how they translated that to English. Does he speak half in Japanese?
No.
Sick.
All right. Well, let's start with the name of the episode. In English, it's Getting the Band Back Together, and the English translation of the Japanese title is Shocking, a Doug Trio Split Up?
Man, they're going right to the split up. That's what they're focusing on. Crazy. Crazy girl.
Crazy.
Crazy. All right, Geese. This episode has about 400 pages of notes, so let's get started. We open with a poker problem with Sophocles. And the question is, who looks up to Doug Trio? What's the answer, Geese?
Diglett.
That's correct. Geese, we see a giant concert. Everybody's having the time of their lives. Everybody's wearing these big old blonde wigs. And we got little Kiawe. That's his sister, right?
Momo.
Yeah. Mima. Wait, yeah, Mima. Mima's there. There's a scene coming up later where she says, Oni-chan. It's weird, but in Japanese, that's normal, I guess. Everyone's in the Doug Leo wig. DJ Leo. It's just a blonde wig, kind of looks like Doug Trio's hair. No, they're whiskers, Geese. They just look like hair, right? Exactly. So, of course, Ash is saying, what the heck? Why are these Doug Trio wearing wigs? And everybody says, Ash, you absolute buffoon. That's an Alolan Doug Trio. That's actually part of their body. They're ground in steel type, not like your boring Cantonian Doug Trios, you goofus.
Did they explain relatively soon that this musical group is called Doug Leo for short because it's Doug Trio, the Pokemon, and DJ Leo?
Yes, that is the same. In Japanese, the three Doug Trio are named Jessica, Ashley, and Michael.
Same!
Oh, I mean, those three names do work.
They're so funny. When they said Michael, I was hooting and hollering.
It was weird writing down Michael. So everybody's cosplaying as DJ Leo. Ash is also very excited to cosplay. He's going to throw on one of these wigs. And Kiawe does not want to because he's too cool until his little baby sister, Mima, says, please, Oni-chan, onegai. And then he's like, I will do it.
And he's wearing a Ashley wig because Ashley is the one with the bob cut. Jessica is the one with the long hair. And Michael has the perm.
Perfect. Pikachu's cute in this episode with this little wig. Rotom, of course, has his Detective Lucky wig, which it fits. I mean, it's not the exact one, but it fits. It fits. So then we see a little Diglett pop up next to the kids and everybody. And this little Diglett adores Rotom's wig. He wants it real bad. He's got the sparkles in his eyes, Geese.
Also, we should mention that, so it's Kiawe's sister, Momo or Mima. It's Mallow and also Sophocles and the professor.
Lana is not there.
Or Lily.
Lily's not there?
Mm-mm.
I wonder what they were up to. Well, spoilers for the stinger. I know what Lana's up to, but Lily? I wonder why she didn't go. Guess she doesn't like concerts. So we cut to Team Rocket, and they are running a wig shop in the middle of this concert, but they've made a terrible decision. They're just selling different wigs. They're not selling the blonde wigs that everybody else is wearing, so no one is buying anything from them. Now, Geese, you probably wouldn't notice this, but all those wigs, I think all of them, are subtle references to Pokemon games in the past and anime, so It's very, very cool.
I saw that. I took a screenshot of that because I recognize the wig of the girl with the brown hair and the ear things.
May from Generation 3 from the Hoenn
and
games.
Then I recognize, I think they have like a Brock wig.
So they have a ton of wigs behind them. I know there were some like gym leaders from Generation 5 behind them. Maybe a gym leader from Generation 2 as well.
I took a screenshot. We'll post it in the social media.
Screenshot. James has a powdered wig a la George Washington. Meowth has a pompadour wig. Geese, I don't know if you're familiar with this character. If you're not, I'm going to go ahead and need you to go to Google right now. And I need you to type in blue suede goo. And you tell me that doesn't look exactly like Meowth's wig. Blue suede goo clay fighter.
It's hard to Google with one hand. Oh, yeah. Is that supposed to be like an Elvis reference?
Yes. An Elvis impersonator clay fighter. Wobbuffet's like a balding man, stereotypical Japanese look for a very specific type of person. It's funny, in Japanese culture, you've got these men who everybody knows they're bald, but they continue to just move over their little tiny hair to pretend they're not bald. It's interesting. So, okay, Geese, you're already on Google. I'm going to need you to go back to Google. Jesse's wig looks a lot, it's not the same color, but it looks a lot like My Roar B from the Pokemon GameCube RPGs. So it was either Coliseum or XD Gale of Darkness. So type in MIROR-B and you're going to go, oh yeah, that does look like Jesse.
MIROR-B.
Space B.
Oh, well, not really.
Don't lie, Geese. Geese is lying to all of you. It looks just like My Roar B.
I mean, it has like the dual colors. I don't know. It's just like a clown afro.
Since you want to act like a clown, here's an application to Barnum and Bailey. I don't know why that little meme tickled me so much. Because you know how on the internet now, that's a big thing, is people use the clown emojis and they call people clowns. But the sending an application to Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey really made me chuckle. Just since you want to act like a clown. Very fun.
Okay, so Jesse and James are like yelling at Meowth or something because they're mad because there was this confusion about which wigs would sell or not. And then Jesse stopped yelling because we get the concert's about to get ready and like they shoot off fireworks or fire or something. And I want to know what she said in Japanese because in English when this happened, she says, "Look, time for the boom booms."
Yeah, she does not say time for the boom booms in Japanese. I don't have written down what she said. Must have not been that interesting. Gee, so much happens in this episode that I have to write shorthand a lot of the time. So I never write full Pokemon names. It's always like Pika or Rock or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I've started, instead of writing everyone, I just write the Japanese word for everyone because it's way shorter. And because that's what they say in Japanese too. So it's easy. Mina.
Nice.
Mina in concert is wearing those wigs. And yeah, the concert's about to start. And Geese, why does my mouth keep watering? Stop it.
You don't have any grapes?
No, I need to get some now. Goodness gracious. Actually, no, I'm going to get what I suppose little apple slices. I need to go to Dongles, get 15 kids meals, and just put all the little apple slices in the fridge. So we see the audience, Geese, and we got the mainstays, all the kids and their Pokemon, but also we see a Sableye, a Smeargle, a Growlithe, an Elekid, a Lillipup, a Riolu, a Machoke, and then they reuse the animation, so it's just repeating. So you see another Machoke, there's a little Machop. I think whoever is in charge of designing and animating all of the background Pokemon, they must really love Elekid. Because this little Elekid shows up in the background of so many episodes when there's
What's
just a
Elekid?
Big crowd shot. Elekid's the little baby that evolves into Electabuzz. He's got the two his head looks like a plug, an electrical outlet.
Elekid.
Or like when you
I'm
plug
gonna
into
do
an
another
electrical.
Google. How do you spell that, Guyera?
Elekid.
Oh yeah, you're right. That does show up a lot.
He's all over the place.
Also, like pretty easy to draw.
That could be it. That could be why. Clambos, please write in to looklistencast@gmail.com or tag us on social media at looklistencast if I missed any Pokemon in the crowd. So we're getting just absolute full English from the stage. I mean, it's in a Japanese accent, but just English phrases. Let's go. Get ready to party. That kind of stuff. Showtime. And Doug Trio shows up on stage. And then little Diglett pops up near the kids. And Team Rocket sneaking around, up to no good. We cut to the concert being over. Everyone adored it. There was too much dancing. They danced. And then Mima says she's going to be a DJ when she grows up. And this Geese even showed me a picture of this next shot, this scene. Kiawe was completely moved by the concert, and we see some good faces. We see some detailed drawing of Kiawe bawling his eyes out, talking about how much of a life-changing experience this concert was for him.
We get this because they ask Kiawe, because Kiawe's been silent and clenched, basically. They're like, so Kiawe, did you like it? And then we get this dramatic scene of that he loves it. And when he's done being really dramatic, Rotom goes, all right, step it down a bit. Which I thought was really funny.
Yeah, he didn't say that in Japanese. It's pretty funny. I think Rotom...
Also, Ash says early on the scene, that was the most fun ever, yo. Did he say that in Japanese?
Yo, the word yo appears a lot in this episode, mainly from Meowth. Meowth says yo about 1,000 times when he spoilers his little rapping character. But Kiawe says that his little DJ Leo wig is now his second most treasured possession after his Z-Ring and Ferinium Z or whatever. What's it called? His fire crystal? What's it called? Ferinium? Can't be Ferinium. That sounds terrible.
I don't know.
The Fire Z crystal, whatever it's called. You guys got it. Turns out this whole time Diglett was following them, and he throws some dirt up at Rotom because he's trying to steal that wig. And the wig goes on the ground, and Diglett flies off with it. Well, he doesn't fly. He just moves on the ground, and everybody's chasing after it. And eventually Rockruff catches up and gets that Diglett, and they get the wig back. And then Geese... DJ Leo shows up and tells everybody, hey, what the heck are you guys doing? This is authorized people only area. And Kukui walks up and he's like, oh, my apologies. We didn't mean to. Let me explain what happened. And then DJ Leo's like, Kooks, is that you, Kukui? And Kukui's like, yes. And Leo says, it's me, Leo. And he moves his little glasses out of the way. And Kukui's like, oh, my God. We then cut to Leo's house. DJ Leo clearly invited everybody over. He said, anybody who's an acquaintance of Kukui is welcome over here.
It's funny because they live on the beach right behind the stage. Literally right behind the concert venue.
And the ground in Leo's house is just ground. So that way the Doug Trio can just pop up, just move around the house easily.
Which is cute.
We continue to just get nothing but English. Welcome. You know, that kind of stuff. We have a flashback to Nerd Leo back before he was...
I also wrote that.
Back before he had blonde hair and was cool. He was just a nerd with some glasses and a dumb bowl haircut or something. Walking around the magical woods, lost, but then he finds his pal Doug Trio just singing, and then he pulls out some instruments and they make music together, and then it turns out they're best friends forever. At this point, Diglett, our boy Diglett, shows up, and Diglett loves Doug Trio's hair. And Diglett starts singing. Sorry, Geese. Keep foaming at the mouth.
Oh. Are you okay?
No, I'm probably on Vombo or something.
No.
So Diglett starts to sing. I guess he's doing this little audition for Doug Trio and DJ Leo without the audience realizing, because he does this little singing. Everybody loves it. And both Doug Trio and DJ Leo give him a big circle, which means confirm in Japanese. Trying to find you my PlayStation controller is all the way up. Oh, no. Here's a PlayStation controller. Oh, God.
I don't know why you're showing this to me.
Because in Japanese...
I know what that means, confirm. I've been to Japan.
The circle.
I'm an East Asian Studies minor. I've taken many classes about Japanese history and culture.
Well, maybe the clambos haven't, Geese. Gee.
Okay. So anyway, yeah, basically we learned that Doug Trio is like, yeah, we'll be your mentor, and Diglett is over the moon. And Rotom's like, he will
be a disciple.
My wig, and Professor Kukui's like, dude, it's okay, we'll just get you another wig. And then Rotom's okay with it.
Yeah, he starts to freak out, but then goes, oh, okay, that's fine. Rotom puts his little hand This is going to come up later as important. Rotom puts his little hand on DJ Leo's DJ setup, and he goes, now I can voice sample, which, remember this, write that down, Clambo.
So we get a new Rotom ability.
New Rotom ability unlocked. So, does this happen after they're all hanging out? I think so. But I've written down Kiawe's just crying, promising to DJ Leo that he's going to be at his next concert. And DJ Leo's like, all right, you better be. I'll see you there. Yeah, they're already outside when this happens. So they're done talking and visiting. And then we see Team Rocket sneaking up behind the house. I know for a fact this is where I had to pause the episode because there's so much happening in 1 5-second period. All the kids leave, and then Leo goes in, and he must be a taskmaster because he's like, all right, it's the middle of the night. It's time to start rehearsing. Let's hear it. And he starts rehearsing with Doug Trio, and Chiclet. And he keeps saying, once more. One more. And Geese, we got a problem. What's going on with the Doug Trios? You got to talk because my mouth is giving me trouble.
Okay, so Ashley, Jessica, and Michael are all divas, and they're trying to be the lead singer, and they're fighting over lead singing to be lead singer. And I'm having a stroke right now, and Guyera is foaming at the mouth. So they're fighting, and DJ Leo's like, no. And then Team Rocket takes this opportunity to come in to hatch their plan. So
yeah, they're eavesdropping on the whole thing.
So Jesse's a music producer, James is the manager, and Meowth is a DJ. So Jessie comes in, and I wrote this down, and she's the first to come in, and she says, word up. And then she introduces them. She says, word up.
In Japanese, Jesse's just using a lot of English. Like that is their idea of fancy music talk, is just use English in the Japanese version. And in the English version, they're just going real hard into yo, yo, yo talk.
I think she actually says word up later in the episode, maybe. But anyway, she comes in. She goes up to Doug Trio, and she's like, I'm a music producer. And then Jesse's like, I'm the manager, babe. And then Meowth says, I'm DJ Bling Charm, yo.
Checks out. They're here to scout Doug Trio.
And Meowth is rapping, you should join our talent agency. We'll represent you. And then Doug Trio's like, heck yeah. And leaves with Team Rocket willingly.
Diglett is very concerned about this. And poor DJ Leo is just left in the dust. Diglett's crying. In Japanese, they have these really good sad violins going right now. Do they have a dumb thing in English, or do they have the violins?
I don't think they have the violins.
God, why can't they ever use good music? I guess because it costs too much to license it. But they could at least try to emulate it. Golly. So after everything they've been through, Doug Trio is just going to leave them in the dust. I wasn't happy about this. I just feel like, God, that's what this friendship means to you? You're just going to leave that quick, Doug Trio?
They're a bunch of divas. They have fame, and they're divas now.
Yeah, big time. They better get over it by the end of the episode. That's all I got to say. We cut to Kukui's house. I guess this is the next day. This is such a big deal that it's already on the news. On Big Alola News, oh my God, Doug Leo has split up, and the newscaster woman is bawling her eyes out, and her DJ Leo wig falls off, and she's crying. All of Alola is devastated. The Doug Trio is splitting up with DJ Leo. But Kukui knows something is up because he just talked not 12 hours ago to DJ Leo and Doug Trio. What on earth happened? So they all go back over to DJ Leo's house.
And DJ Leo's, he's wearing his nerd stuff again. He's wearing his little buttoned up t-shirt and his khaki pants and his glasses.
He's still got his blonde hair, but yes, back into non-DJ attire. Kukui and Ash start talking to him about what happened, discussing what's going on. Ash is like, you just got to talk to him. Tell him how you feel. And how they solve 25% of issues on this show. They just walk up to Rockruff and say, Rockruff, smell this. We'll find Doug Trio. And Geese, they go to everybody leaves to go find Doug Trio. The animation for Diglett just in the ground moving with them is hysterical. It's like the
Yes.
cheapest animation I've ever seen. They all look normal walking, and then Diglett's just. So Rockruff sniffs out a sea shack, a shack by the sea, and we look inside, and Meowth's in there rapping. He's DJ Coin in Japanese, and Doug Trio is all tied up. And they all have coins attached to their heads, like Meowth coins, because Meowth has a coin on top of his head. And Doug Trio's trying to escape Geese, but they can't.
This is the first time I think we get or one of the rare times we get a fight with Team Rocket not on a roof.
It's a good point, Geese. Good point. I found this funny because it's my understanding that Doug Trio is kind of a powerful Pokemon. I'm surprised they can't just use any attack to get out of the one little rope surrounding them. Kind of weird. So Team Rocket, what is their plan? Is just they're going to use Doug Trio as backup singers and make a bunch of money off of it. That's their plan.
Yeah.
I don't know if that plan's going to work. Like Doug Trio is going to escape during the show or something, because Doug Trio thought they were going to be the stars, but no, Team Rocket's just saying, no, you're just going to be backup singers. That's all you're going to be to Meowth. And the kids kick open the door, or open it, or knock or something. I don't remember.
Like knock, knock, hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello? DJ Leo asked Doug Trio, please come back. Or no. DJ Leo asked Team Rocket, hey, can I have Doug Trio back? And Team Rocket says, no.
and at some point, Jesse says, word up.
Of course. Then a big battle ensues. We got Marini versus Rockruff, Mimikyu versus Pikachu, Iron Tail. And then while this is all happening, Diglett unties Doug Trio. And these are the greatest faces we have ever seen in the entire show. Team Rocket is super surprised. Wait, did they not have this in English?
No. Those are bold words. Keep going.
Bold words for a bold episode. Team Rocket is surprised that Doug Trio has been untied. And the animators, to show that they're surprised, show the Great Wave off Kanagawa woodblock print from 1831. And they show Jesse, James, and Meowth all in that Japanese art style of the time. You guys got to look this up. This one is definitely getting in the four images.
I missed this. I think I was writing notes while this happened.
It's the greatest. I can't believe the amount of detail they put into this. I mean, Geese, there's a chance it's not an English version because this is very, very Japanese.
I mean, everyone knows the Great Wave.
I suppose so. I'll check the English, though, to see if they did it any different. But anyway, it's incredible. Incredible. They went all that effort for something that lasted a couple seconds that Geese even missed. So then Mimikyu and Marini go to attack Doug Trio because they're free. But oh my gosh, Gare. Oh my gosh, Geese. They use Tangling Hair ability because they've got all the Doug Trio have super long hair, so they can just wrap the attackers in their hair and they can't attack. And I guess
Bayonetta, I think. I never played the game, but I know there's hair involved.
Yeah, she can make like a giant demon out of her hair. I think her suit's made of hair too. And then I believe it's this point where Kukui says, Leo, order your Doug Trio to use a tri-attack. And Leo's like, what? Okay. Mar in trouble. Oh, Marini's in trouble. That's what I have written down. So Doug Trio does this super cool move. It's where they all attack at the same time, all for a different elemental type. I think it's like fire, ice, and electric. And they move in a circle. Yes, Keith?
Okay, so I was just scrubbing through the episode and they do show it. Wow, look at that.
It's very impressive.
That's crazy. This show is good. This is a good show.
It's a good show. Good show.
I like this show.
Me too.
That's
Michael
my hot
and
take.
Geese like the show. And Guyera. Everybody is very impressed with how cool Tri-Attack is. Super sick. Ash says, Sugoi, which means awesome, amazing, cool. And then Pikachu never mind. Take it back. Not Pikachu, Doug Trio. Use Iron Head on Mimikyu. I said Pikachu because anytime I read Iron, I think Iron Tail, which is Pikachu's move. And then Geese, they go underground to do another Tri-Attack. And Geese, here we go. I don't know if it's written the same in English, but they go underground to do an underground Tri-Attack. And DJ Leo yells out, Divas of the land, show them your groove.
I think something very similar to that.
in English.
I didn't get that exact quote.
And since Doug Trio's underneath them, Team Rocket is 100% going to perish from this attack. There's no way they're going to survive. But then, Geese, what happens at the last second? Beware shows up.
Hold on, I'm listening to it right now. Let me listen to it right now and see what it says.
Geese is listening to the quote with the Doug Trios.
I don't think he said. Hold on, he doesn't.
It's like right before they use the second try attack.
Okay, hold on, guys. I'm listening. In English, he says, "Keep spinning and winning. Rock the house until you earn the respect."
Until you earn the respect. That's
Wait, hold on. Yeah, hold on. Keep on spinning and grinning. Rock the house and demand respect.
Oh my God. It's even better. So yeah, Beware saves Team Rocket, and then they run off like usual. And then DJ Leo asks Doug Trio to sing again with him, and they agree. So they're back to Dig Dug Leo, and we cut straight to another concert. Ha ha, yeah, yeah, is what someone is saying here. In the audience, we now see Lily Pup, a Hapini, and an Abra, all in the little DJ Leo wigs / Doug Trio wigs. And more repeating animation. I also noticed DJ Leo's jacket has a very cool Diglett symbol on the back. I wish I had that jacket.
And now, because they also have Diglett, DJ Leo explains to the crowd that they're now Dig Dug Leo.
Oh yes, Dig Dug Leo. And because of Try Attack Geese, the Doug Trio finally managed to find a way that they can share the spotlight. No more fighting over center of attention because they can just swap out. They just rotate, just like in Try Attack. So it's perfect. Everybody wins, and the audience all throws their wigs into the air like it's a graduation, and it's the end of the episode. And then the real quick stinger is that we see that this whole time for these concerts, Lana and her 2 little baby sisters were dancing and having fun watching the concert in their cute little Shelter shirt and their cute little Slowpoke shirt.
I have to use the restroom.
I have to use the restroom. Break time number 3.
BRB. Hey, Guyera. We're on episode 24, titled Alolan Open House, and in Japanese, Alola, the First Visitor's Day. And I gotta tell you, Guyera, when I watched the first 40 seconds of this episode, I had to pause it because I was hooting and hollering, laughing up a storm, which you will explain why in several seconds.
Several seconds.
Are you okay? Is your mouth okay? You're foaming at the mouth still? What's up?
Look. Listen. I will never record again without a little bag of Dongle's sliced apples. Apple slices. Because my mouth is going overdrive. I just had to break into the emergency Pop-Tarts.
What flavor emergency Pop-Tarts?
Is a gross flavor. It's like, it was the orange one. You'd have to look in the Discord.
Ew, orange one?
Well, I like orange, but this one was
like creamsicle?
No, it's not creamsicle. Let me look it up. It's a flavor Pop-Tart that I was real excited to try because somebody in the Discord was talking about it, but turns out it was not good, which is why it's been in the freezer for so many months.
What's your favorite flavor of Pop-Tart?
Probably the blueberry or cherry.
Oh my gosh, I just thought of something.
What?
What if they made little Pokemon that looked like Pop-Tarts or inspired by Pop-Tart, like colors and flavors?
Oh, I was about to say, I've eaten the Pokemon Pop-Tarts, but you mean make a Pokemon that looks like a Pop-Tart.
Everyone, make your original Pop-Tart inspired character and tweet it at prof_tickle_bits and say #Justice for Owlet, #my Pop-Tart Pokemon OC.
It only took her 15 tries to finally say PROF instead of professor.
I discovered yesterday, Guyera, which is really funny. I was on Twitter and I got you know how Twitter recommends people you follow, people to follow? Uh-huh. I was recommended Aaron and I haven't been following on Twitter before this.
Good stuff. Please, will you tell me, Discord, the name of the flavor? It was peach cobbler, I think.
I think that's right. I think there was a cobbler flavor a while back.
And I adore cobbler, but this is no good.
I can only eat cobbler if I'm also eating it hot and with vanilla ice cream.
That is the ideal way to eat cobbler. But cherry cobbler, peach cobbler, it's also good.
I like blueberry cobbler. I don't like
I had like blueberry crumbles.
Yeah, they're basically the same thing.
They're very, very similar.
I think
Just
one
the
has
text-
like a layer of, I think a cobbler has both on the top and on the bottom pie crust.
Yeah, and the crumbles it's way more crumbly on top. Crunchier. And Geese, did you already say the name of the next episode?
Yes.
All right, sick. Oh, God, let's try it.
What is going on right now?
It's just my mouth doesn't feel like talking. I think maybe in prior recording sessions, I drank more water before we started talking, because today it's oh my God, it's a struggle. Okay. It opens with poker problems with Samson Oak. And the question is, who the heck shows up at the school? And what's the answer, Geese? Spoilers?
What? I wasn't paying attention. What did you say?
All right, time for the episode. So Ash is doing homework at Kukui's. It's real tough because he's got to answer all these questions. Although, not really. I mean, most of the stuff we experienced, Alolan forms are different than Cantonian forms. Just
He's
talk
writing
about
a
the differences.
report. That's what we learned he's doing about the difference between Kanto and Alolan forms of Pokemon to like give at the open house soon.
Yes, because he's got to do a big presentation. All the kids are going to be there. They're going to invite all their families.
Sorry, hold on. Yes? Okay, 1 second.
This is good. Somebody's telling Geese she's got to do something. But this is some good stuff. So now I'm just staring at Geese's backrest. I used to use those kind of backrests all the time. No longer. Now if I'm going to do something, I just sit in a chair and not on a bed. I'm real curious what Geese's parents needed. Who was it, Geese?
What?
Who had something they needed?
It was my dad. He needed a laundry basket in my room.
That's...
I guess it was an emergency.
I didn't do laundry, Geese. God, he's been sitting by the laundry for an hour, 45 minutes waiting for the basket. He couldn't take it anymore, Geese. Come on. Emergency laundry. So, all right, Geese looks comfortable now. Rotom is scolding Ash for not being specific enough in his report. And
this scene cracked me up. I don't know how it was in Japanese, but Rotom is telling Ash, you have to be more specific, because Ash is being really basic, being like, the difference between the Pokemon is that Alolan Pokemon look different. There's so much research, you need to be more specific. And then on his screen it shows all this writing in the Pokemon language. I can't read that. By the time I read that, and then you hear Rotom say, read it, in like this deep voice in the English version. And then Ash in like a grandpa voice says, by the time I read that, I'll turn into a grandpa. And it's just so funny.
The voice he does for an old man in Japanese is very, very good.
Can you just watch it in this 10 seconds?
What does he sound like this? It's me, old man Ash.
Hold on, I'm going to send this to you right now. And it starts at 34 seconds. I'm sending it to you in Zencaster.
I was looking at my phone. 40, huh?
34
40 what?
seconds. 34 seconds.
40 what?
34 seconds.
Narrator is not as good as Japanese. Geese, I just listened to it. Trust me on this. The Japanese version is 4,000 times better at doing an old man voice. Almost sound like they hired an old man to do the voice for the old man voice. It's so good. Whereas this just sounds like a little kid trying to do an old man. But Geese, I'm about to give your English a big giant compliment, because who shows up at the house, Geese?
Mom and stepdad.
Nope, Mr. Mime and Ash's mother.
Yeah, mom and stepdad.
Geese? Okay, here is the problem I have with Ash's mother in Japanese. Whew. I'm used to Dahlia Ketchum's voice from English. I think she has kind of like a ditzy voice. Just sounds like a woman, a mother. The voice actor in Japanese for Ash's mother has got to be at least 119 years old. It's the oldest sounding woman in existence. And it's so distracting. I don't believe that voice is that nice young woman at all. Okay, so now we know Ash's mom in the house. Ash has got to do a big old presentation. Ash is going to go bring some snacks and treats and drinks to his mom and Kooks. And then he's sitting on the floor of the kitchen talking to Rotom because he's real nervous about this gosh darn presentation. He's only 20% done researching, and Rotom says he has a
20% success rate. He says,
a 90%
he says
chance to fail is what he says in Japanese.
in English, he says there's an 80% chance of failure.
That's such a weird mistranslation with the numbers. Oh, I wanted to mention, so before he's in the kitchen, Ash seems really embarrassed by his mother, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. Ash's
And
mom also calls Ash goes to introduce the Pokemon to his mom, and he introduces Rockruff, Rowlet, and Litten, and his mom is like, "It's so nice to meet you, Rocky, Rowley, and Liddy."
interesting. I can see why they did that. In Japanese, she just says their name but adds chan to the end of it. So that accomplishes that same. That's an interesting way of doing it. All right, translators, I got you. Localizers. So Rockruff's excited to see her. He barks. Rowlet's asleep, and Litten is just completely uninterested.
She also calls his Rotom Dexy Wexy in English.
That's pretty funny. So she goes to pick up Litten. Litten's not used to being picked up, but he's not picked up often. So he's about to freak out, but then Ash's mother scratches underneath Litten's little chin, and he immediately becomes putty in her arms and just is nice and relaxed. But he's also embarrassed that the other pokes are seeing this. It doesn't matter because when he gets... Geese, what are you doing with your face?
Sorry, a tab just opened and audio played. Sorry.
Apologies. So yeah, it looks like Ash's mother is the first person to ever get Litten to calm down. Okay, then we have the scene in the kitchen with the 80%, 90%, 20%. Ash is going to screw up, but turns out Rotom has a secret plan, which is not revealed yet, but they're whispering in secrets that there's going to be a secret plan. And there's big old... Rotom and Ash have big old mischievous smiles. Then we cut to... I guess we're just walking through the market because this is where we see the old lady who's always giving Litten treats. And
no,
like I
she's
said,
at the open house.
Oh, she showed up to the presentation?
Yeah, she was like, I never miss this.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. So cut to the school then, where we're already doing the presentation. And the first person we see is the old lady talking to Ash's mother. Surprised by Litten. Again, voice actor sounds younger than Ash's mother. Very amusing. The butler from Lily's estate introduces himself to Ash's mother. Tell me what happens in English, because right now there's a joke about Japanese honorifics here.
So Hobbs shows up and he's like, "Hello, Master Ash." And his mom is like, "Master Ash." And Ash is like, "Hobbs works for Lily as their family's butler." And Ash's mom is like, "Oh."
That's basically the same thing in Japanese, actually. And much like Ash, Ash's mother is very surprised by all these Alolan forms around, like Snowy, the Ice-type Vulpix. And Geese, do you know what these toys are on the table? Are they part of some kid's presentation or something?
I think it's supposed to be like, it's open house, so the kids made some paper mache Pokemon.
They're very adorable. We see a Gengar, a Charmander, a Charjabug, a Mudbray, a Sunflora could be, and maybe a Bidoof. I can only see that one from the back, but it kind of looks like a Bidoof.
It's
Samson
Oak. Bidoof?
Sort of looks like a Bidoof, yeah.
I thought it's called Bidoof.
Bidoof. They both work.
Okay, I didn't know if there's a correct
I mean, I've been saying Bidoof since 2008, so that may not be correct, but it's pretty locked in the old way we say.
Everyone tweet what your preferences, how to pronounce it, to
PROF _tickle_bits hashtag justice for Rowlet hashtag Bidoof. Samson Oak meets Ash's mother. He does some more puns, and everyone's family's here. The kids can't believe that Ash's mom traveled all the way from Kanto. That's a big deal. Lana's sisters are rambunctious, running around, screaming in Japanese. And Lana's mother.
Oh my goodness.
That's also what I have written down. Honestly, this is all... if you want to watch this show, just watch this episode. Get to this point in the episode, you're good. This show is peaked. I'll tell you that right now. And then the kids start making Ash real nervous because they're like, wow, Ash, you're going to do a whole presentation in front of all these people, every single person, the whole world, pretty much? And then Rotom almost spoils their little secret plan. He's like, well, it's okay because, and then Ash stops him real quick. Then we have cute little feet noises as Ash starts to walk towards, I guess he's about to do his presentation. So their big plan is that Rotom is going to hide in Ash's shirt and use that voice technology, the voice replicator technology that we got in the last episode with the Doug Trios when he touched the little DJ setup. So Ash is going to move his mouth and try to go along with what Rotom is saying through his little speakers emulating Ash's voice. Geese, I'm going to tell you right now, I have a big problem with all this because it doesn't even make any sense. If he's moving his mouth, that means he would have already had to memorize what he's going to say anyway. And nobody could move their mouth that fast as he's coming up with what he's saying. So, Ash, again, anytime you want to start lying, anytime you want to start cheating, I'm against it. You should not be doing it. They put on some cool music during this. There's no way that the cool music is in English. I bet you that a million times. Voice sampling, that's what they call it.
Yes, that's what it is. Sorry. I'm just distracted. I'm looking at the screenshot of Lana's mom.
So I'd say hell yeah, but all right. So when Ash first starts talking, he's basically just describing everything we've already seen in the episode. So at this point, I was like, why did you need to have an elaborate scheme? We all experienced this together. Just talk about what you saw. And then slowly but surely, and quickly but surely, Rotom starts getting more and more complicated, just using bigger words and going on about data. And Ash can't keep up, and he's trying to talk real quick. And then he does a spot-on Samson Oak impression with the voice sampling. And then he starts accidentally saying Roto something, and everybody's super suspicious. The kids know something's up. Kukui starts looking in Ash's back and sees the little Rotom.
I like how they didn't yell at Ash. They're just, oh, Ash.
Yeah, the kids aren't amused when they see something's going on, but yeah, they didn't scream at him. Kukui just says, this was a nasty plot, which is a Pokemon move, so it's kind of like a pun. Don't do it again. And then, oh, I'm so sorry. And then Kukui tells Ash, just explain in your own words how you felt coming to Alola. And Ash is going about how I love Pokemon, and Snowy's cute, and there was Tapu Koko, and I met him, and there was those Alolan Executors. And everybody enjoys his just actual conversation. All the parents like it. Litton's still sitting in Ash's mom's arms.
Sophocles' dad turns to Ash's mom and says, I like Ash. You know exactly where you stand with him. Basically implying that he's a himbo.
Yeah,
and she's like, that's my Ash.
He says something very similar in Japanese. But everyone's very supportive of Ash. Rotom still wanted to talk more, even after the big giant ruse was uncovered. Kamala hits the bell, and Kukui says, okay, it's time to tour the building. And Lana's little sister's very excited about that. And Kukui tells Ash, see, wasn't that better? You got to do a presentation for your mom. We see some more of those little paper mache things on the table. There's a Doug Trio, there's an Ekans, a Cutie Fly, a Bulbasaur, a Squirtle, like a diorama of some sort. And then the little Lana girls, the younger sisters, they walk up to a Gyarados. It looks like a slide or something, but I don't remember them sliding, so who knows what it is. And Geese, who shows up to ruin everybody's fun time at this point?
It's Team Skull, who we haven't seen for a lot of episodes, actually.
It's been forever. I mean, maybe we saw them in the first episode and then a little bit later during the Milk episode. It's been a long time.
I think the last episode we saw them was the one where Poplio and Rowlet were stuck in the bubble. Because at one point, they were in that episode, right?
I don't think so. I remember Litten fighting Meowth. Did he fight Team Skull?
I don't remember that, actually.
Well, anyway, they show up. We pretty much forgotten about these guys. Are they trying to steal all the tourists at the school? And they're like,
it's open house. We're allowed to use these churros.
Yeah, we can be here. Everybody's invited. Ash's mom is very upset at them because they're being so rude. They use Garbodor to attack. And Ash's mother's like, Litten, go get him.
And Lynn's just like, oh!
Yeah, Litten's real hesitant. He's still in his being pet like a little baby cat mode. But finally, he jumps up and scratches a Zubat. And it's real sick. At this point, all the kids show up, all the Pokemon. They're like, all right, let's get this Team Skull. Ash's mom is completely ready to battle, and everybody's surprised by this. I think Lily was like, wow, your mom's a Pokemon trainer? Big-time battler? there's this toxic attack from all the Team Skull Pokemon, and then all the Pokemon are doing quick attacks and bites and scratches. And then Ash and Pikachu do a big, giant, sparkling Gigavolt attack on all of the... It's a Z move on all Team Skull pokes. And, of course, they're all completely knocked out. Ash's mother is very impressed by his Z move. She'd never heard or seen any of this nonsense. Team Skull, of course, hates Z moves. That's their entire personality. And they're completely donezo. And they run away because they don't have motorbikes. Did they say more in that in English? Why they don't have bikes?
They forgot it. I guess they forgot their bikes.
Guess so. Yeah, they run off in a very silly manner. And then Ash's mom's like, I want to do Z moves. So she grabs Litton's little paws and tries moving him around, trying to do a Z move. It's cute.
I genuinely chuckled at that.
And then she, Ash's mother, Dahlia, says, hey, let's clean up this flower bed that they messed up. And everybody's like, yeah, we'll help. Yeah, we'll help. And everybody, all the parents, all the kids, all the pokes, get to fixing the flower bed. And I think Kukui and the Samson Oak show up and they're like, oh, how nice of everybody. Samson does a Ludicolo impression during this. Very important to note. And then we cut to the next day. Ash's mom is already leaving. She grabs up Litton and says, all right, I'm going to take Litton with me. And Ash is like, no, he's my partner, Pokemon. He's my partner. And she's like, just kidding.
He says in English, you can't take him. He's one of my good buddies.
One of my good buddies. That's funny. It was just jokes the whole time. And she tells Kukui to take care of Ash. Kukui agrees. And that is the end of the episode. For the stinger, we see Mama Dahlia talking to the fruit stall lady again. And fruit stall lady's talking about Litton. They're going back and forth. And Dahlia says, you know, maybe I really should have stolen that Litton.
2 things about this episode. 1, it's one of the funniest ones. I had genuine laughs.
Big old laughs.
2, I definitely skipped this in my first watch of the series. I have no recollection of this episode whatsoever. I for sure skipped this.
Accidental skips.
It was nice to see it for the first time.
Good to see Ash's mother again. At first I was thinking, oh wow, she's coming back already. But then I realized, well, it's been 24 episodes. So I guess that makes sense. It's time for her to see her kid again. It's been a while.
Been a while.
Since run my head up high. Did we do that before? That exact thing? I don't know.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
All right, let's wrap this one up. Because I'm hungry.
Geese has got to eat. I got to go to the bathroom and buy apples.
All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. Please like us and follow us and do whatever you
like us.
Please clap.
Please clap. Oh.
On social media at Look Listen Cast, all one word. Thank you, Keith, for our artwork. You can follow him at twitch.tv/Keith Squared.
Used to be Burgers, now is Keith Squared. Thank you to Artie Fine and Rock Party for your support on Anchor. Thank you. You can do it too. Oh, Geese, I want you to
recommend this podcast to your friends. Thank you, Aaron, for his support with the production of this podcast in general.
Yeah, he made our website and he does the boilerplate at the end. He didn't make the website, but he got the domain.
Should we read a question from a listener?
It's question time with Geese and Guyera. Today's question comes from DrivingDVan. DrivingDVan asks, if you could create a shiny version of anything in real life, what would it be and why? Geese?
I would want a shiny dog that's pink, because I think having a pink dog would be really cool.
So this would be an incredibly rare dog, like an albino dog.
Pink.
Right, but pink. Right, because shinies are all sorts of different colors.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
I'd probably, every 1 in 100 times you go to like Raising Cane's or Dongles or something, you get like a golden ticket, shiny food, and it tastes 10 times better. And also it turns out your meal is free. Also, there's a coupon in there, a month worth of free food or something sick like that. So shiny fast food. It's got to be a different color and you win a bunch of stuff with it. And it's tastier and it's 0 calories. is my answer.
Yes. Oh, that's a good answer.
Shiny, delicious.
Please keep emailing us with questions at looklistencast@gmail.com.
That's 100% correct, Geese.
Okay, good. Good.
We won't record unless we get a question.
If you don't give us a question, we'll end the podcast and also
I'll probably cut that one out.
and the podcast. There's a clean edit for you.
Clean edits. Geese, what are you going to eat?
There's some leftover pizza.
Pizza time. What flavor?
Just cheese. It's not good pizza though.
Oh.
I know.
Cheese pizza's good though.
Yeah, but it's from a bad pizza place.
Oh. I like double cheese pan pizza with onions. Very tasty.
I like meatball pizza.
Meatball. I mean, if it was an all beef meatball, I'd give it a try.
It is an all beef meatball.
Oh, delicious. I tried a meatball pizza at, I don't remember if it was Domino's or Pizza Hut, but it was terrible, Geese. It was the worst thing I'd ever eaten in my life. I couldn't believe it. How could they screw up a meatball that bad?
Who's to say?
I knew she was going to say this. Predict it now. Okay, I got to pee so bad she's got to eat her bad pizza. Goodbye, everyone. God, I hope this episode comes out okay because I'm getting weird errors and I got foam mouth and oh God, please, jeez,
who's to say?
God, no. Bye. All right.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, Geese Pete. Thank you for listening to the Geese Pete Productions podcast.
Geese Peep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Geese Peep Enterprises is a Dow 30 company.